This is the world's richest YouTuber, MrBeast, and he's the certified GOAT. So today, we're gonna find out what he actually drives.
This thing's tiny.
But first, you gotta check out how the rest of YouTube shows off their millions.
Look at this. World's longest pickup truck.
Porsche Taycan. Shut the f up.
No, there's no way.
And first, we got the most controversial streamer out right now. His car collection can't be denied. See, Bruce Drop-Em-Off idolized Paul Walker's vehicles in Fast and Furious. So he went straight to Japan to cop the GTR R34 Skyline.
I get this? You know what time it is, bro.
So cool just riding through this in Japan right now.
Yo, that's feel crazy.
One of the most celebrated cars in history. Bruce even wrapped it in blue to look just like Paul's. But the GTR isn't the only thing he owns, because he's got a 100K Blackwing Cadillac, a custom G-Wagon that cost over 120K, and a Mercedes S-Class for 120,000. But his biggest purchase is his red Dodge Demon 170. And this baby ran his pockets 200K.
Ooh-wee. This motherfucker's stupid.
His taste competes with billionaires, but Kai's not cashed out to make his whips all one color. See, Kai never was much of a car enthusiast, but when you're the biggest streamer on the planet, you can buy nice things. And I mean, he already had a selection of heat, but after his historic Mafia-thon, he celebrated by giving all his cars an upgrade as soon as possible.
Got 2.5 weeks to build 4 cars. We're gonna do it, of course.
It was a tough job, but it would all be worth it. Because when Kai saw his first ever car, the Mercedes-AMG GT63 4-door, it had him going nuts.
Yo! This don't even look like my car! Yo!
Kai lost it, but he was just getting started, because his Jeep Grand Cherokee Trackhawk and Hellcat were even more special.
Yo! Wait! Yo! Oh!
But the best was saved for last. See, Kai's 300K Lamborghini Urus was too much to handle.
Oh my fucking gosh! Oh my! Yo! What the f?
Not gonna lie, that was clean as fuck. But look, it's time to step up the prices on these YouTubers, because Aiden Ross has dropped millions on his collection. See, he started off strong, dropping 500,000 on a slime green Lamborghini Urus, which he got wrapped and customized just to match the Kick logo. And the company returned the favor by blessing one of their best streamers with luxury, because Kick gifted him a convertible white Rolls-Royce Dawn worth 400K just for his birthday.
What the f? A Rolls? Shut the f up!
No, there's no way.
Happy birthday!
No way they got me a Rolls Royce, Will. Come on, bro.
That's a car for bosses. But he had to level up the speed with a car that goes from 0 to 60 in 2.9 seconds. Yeah, the dude picked up a McLaren 720S. But that's not all, because the rest of his garage contains a Cybertruck, another Rolls-Royce Cullinan, a Bentley, a G-Wagon, and a Mercedes S-Class, all sitting pretty. Now, you'd think he'd be all set. But the real boss move was his fully armored and bulletproof Cadillac presidential SUV for $700,000.
What the fuck? What the fuck? Yo, show inside this shit.
Yeah, this was like 700 bands, I swear to God.
But this next YouTuber almost dropped millions on a single car alone. Because Jeffree Star didn't just build a beauty empire, he built a garage that looks like a kid's Hot Wheels collection. I mean, he has a race car worth $1.7 million. I'm talking about the McLaren Senna, the fastest thing McLaren has to offer on a racetrack. And when there's only 500 in existence, Jeff had no issues dropping the bag. But the McLaren fever doesn't stop there. He's also pushing a 700K 765 LT.
Jeffree Star, 1 of 1, 765 LT. Come along.
And luxury isn't new to him, because he owns not one, but 2 Rolls-Royce Cullinans. Now, one is dripped out in his signature pink, but in the other, he almost lost his life in it.
I don't think I could do this anymore, you guys.
He wrecked a 400K SUV like it was a bumper car, but replaced it real quick with a chocolate bronze.
The replacement, my beautiful chocolate bronze, I matched it after an eyeshadow.
And of course, Jeffree's got a Lamborghini, another selection of BMWs and Rolls Royces. But here's where it gets crazy. See, Star has a 1 of 10 1955 Ford Crown Victoria.
And like this? Is this original?
It is original,
What?
which is unreal.
And that rarity brought his total value over $4 million. But some YouTubers have to build their cars from the ground up. Look, Matt Armstrong is one of the most savage car collectors on YouTube, but his rebuilds are legendary. Now, Matt's got cars like a twin-turbo Lamborghini Gallardo, a BMW M3, a Porsche 718 Cayman S, but he goes way deeper. Because what makes Matt's collection special ain't what he buys, it's what he revives. I mean, he dropped $64K on a wrecked Aston Martin, something that's worth double that. But the full carbon fiber rebuild made this car one of Matt's toughest projects, so he had to make sure every second of that grind counted. Then there's the 2002 Lamborghini Murcielago, a $330K dream car that hadn't even touched the pavement in 7 years. And this thing didn't even have the engine inside. But Matt picked it up and turned in one of the coldest V12 comebacks YouTube has ever seen. Matt rebuilds cars in his sleep. See, he got a Rolls-Royce Wraith Mansory edition that used to belong to Marcus Rashford. Now, he paid $700K, but Matt snagged it at an auction and gave it the makeover it deserved.
Yeah! Look at that!
But for one of the most prized cars in his garage has to be the McLaren 720S. Now, he got it for half the price of a used one, and with it being wrecked, most people would have walked away. But Matt worked his magic. Straight out of the junkyard and into greatness. But C-Boys TV have an even more expensive collection with the wackiest vehicles you've ever seen. I'm talking fake Lamborghinis with Jeep bottoms, motorcycles on stilts, and even boat cars. That's something you've never seen before. But this Ford F-350 long body is just ridiculous.
Because we gutted the interior and we made it into the world's longest pickup truck. Arguably, my favorite part is the bullhorns on the front.
But don't get it twisted. These boys love speed too. See, they have a 2024 C8 Z06 Corvette and a Subaru WRX STI in the collection. But that's not all. They've got dirt bikes, snowmobiles, cars scattered across their fields on their land in Minnesota. I mean, they even got a limo that they completely trashed.
The last time it was driven, it was during wine night, and then I believe Ryan parked in our pond.
Yeah, and I think that was the final nail in the coffin on this thing.
That car can't be saved. But even with all these crazy vehicles, they still love luxury. See, the boys copped a G-Wagon, an Urus, and a Mercedes Sprinter to complete their 100-car collection. That's $6 million worth of mayhem. But this next YouTuber has a collection to nerd out about. See, Tommy Otto's name might not ring out like a YouTube star, but his fleet is loud. See, he flexes quietly with a BMW i7. But that's not all, because he's got a G-Wagon G63 and a Lamborghini Urus. However, that was just the appetizer. Tommy's got not one, not two, but 3 Lamborghinis. We're talking the 600K Revolto. But this guy has a Lambo that's built for everyday driving. See, the 250K Serato is built tough.
It's having a Lambo, but you can just do whatever you want with it.
Honestly, I'd be driving that thing everywhere. But his real baby is the Lamborghini SVJ.
And we paid $330,000 for that car, and it's probably worth $440 now.
And just when you think that's enough Italian sauce, this man pulls out a Ferrari SF90 Stradale and the Ferrari Purosangue SUV. That's 450K of pure horsepower and hate for speed limits. And with another Porsche G3, a humble Lexus IS250. That's $3.5 million sitting on 4 wheels. It's still not as loud as DMO DJ, because his collection just hits different. See, his starts with 20K cars your grandma would drive, all the way up to the fastest vehicles on the planet. Look, he modded his Honda Jazz to hit 180 miles per hour. And even a Volkswagen Golf R at 1200 bhp. And somehow, this man made a Honda Civic push 1,200 horsepower. But DMO does have crown jewels, because his Mercedes AMG E63S Final Edition Stage 3 is only 1 out of 999. But then he terrorized the streets in his decked-out Ford Transit Hypervan. And you better not sleep on it, because this thing is quick. That monster is faster than the cars at the drag strip. But DMO really went insane when he completed what he calls the Holy Trinity. And then there's the final boss, the $2 million McLaren Senna. Isn't playing fair with his $3 million of high-octane insanity. But when you're getting money like Stradman, you can cop Lamborghini's most valuable cars. See, YouTube's favorite car collector has a garage worth $6 million. Now, he first started with the 2012 Lamborghini Aventador, but Stradman didn't stop at normal Lambos, because he has a 2003 Lamborghini Murcielago, one of only 50 in the world. And when it's time to go off-road, he whips out the Jeep Gladiator Heliosaurus.
You're probably asking yourself, have I ever off-roaded this thing even one single time? And the answer is yes.
Yeah, that thing's a beast. But this next car is every car fan's grail. See, his original 1987 Lamborghini Countach is unbelievable.
One of the most beautiful cars of all time. The Countach in the Wolf of Wall Street was also triple white. That was an anniversary car. This is like the previous generation.
He built a fantasy garage out in Utah where every key starts a dream. But imagine being a YouTuber with 60 cars. Look, Mark McCann has flexes that are just weird. I mean, he has a car that runs on just vegetable oil. He's also got a smart car, small Fiats, exclusive Clios, and a BMW 335i made into a police car. Mark will buy anything, but just when you think he's chilling, you see his supercars totaling millions. Because he dropped over $2 million in the Lamborghinis, including the Revolto for $600K. But what makes this guy's collection special is his love for race cars. See, he has a championship-winning Peugeot 208 driven by Timmy Hansen, and Ken Block's rally car that's worth $3 million by itself. Yeah, this dude has enough cars in his fleet for the next Fast and Furious movie. But this next guy has the craziest Porsche collection on the planet. See, Magnus Walker turned his fashion hustle into a $7.5 million Porsche empire. We gotta start with the Porsche that made him famous, the 1971 Porsche 911 T277.
It's become a pretty well-known iconic car. It's the car I'm most associated with.
But it gets even better. See, Magnus owns a 1967 911S, but he also stunted a 1 of 300 1965 Brumos 911. This guy knows things about Porsche we can never get the scoop on. But Walker has a car that's even more rare, his 1975 Porsche 911 Turbo. And his is the first that was ever sold in the US. There's only 32 that exist in that condition. But we're not done. He's also got a 1990 Porsche 964 build. Yeah, this guy easily has the greatest Porsche collection on the planet. But this next YouTuber just joined the platform and he's already dominating his competition. Look, Cristiano Ronaldo might be the GOAT of soccer, but his car collection isn't something he jokes about. See, this guy picked up a rare Bugatti 110, which is only 1 out of 10 in the entire world. That's $11 million alone. But then there's the Bugatti Chiron, probably the flashiest thing he's bought while dominating at Real Madrid. CR7 isn't all about supercars. He keeps a Maserati Grand Cabrio for when he wants to ride smooth, and the Audi RS7, handpicked while at the club, because even sponsor whips gotta match the vibe. Now, if that wasn't enough, man's got a Rolls-Royce Phantom drophead and an insane Ferrari Monza SP1. But Ronaldo loves his cars so much, he risked his career for Ferraris. See, in 2021, Juventus was just beat by their rival. So instead of just going to practice the next day, he went to visit the Ferrari factory. From Bentleys to Bugattis, G-Wagons to Veyrons, Ronaldo might play for championships, but his garage is Hall of Fame level too. But he's got nothing on Steve Hamilton's $30 million collection. And first, he brought muscle to the party with a 1967 Chevelle SS. It's guaranteed to make your dad jealous. Then there's a spaceship on wheels, the Lamborghini Revolto. And when he's not pushing 200 miles per hour, he's still rolling VIP in a 2021 Mercedes Sprinter van, because even legends need legroom. Now, let's talk rare, because Hamilton flexed a 2020 McLaren 765 LT. But he also has the vehicle that broke records. See, in 2023, the Rimac Navara broke 23 performance records in a single day, so Hamilton had to park one in his garage. And he also has throwback heat, 3 classic limos made in the 80s from Lincoln and Cadillac.
What they do is they transcend me back to a different era. So when I'm in each one of these, I feel like I am living and embodying that year.
But here's the real flex: a 2024 Bugatti Chiron Supersport, a Koenigsegg Regera, and then the 1 of 399 McLaren W1. He's got the garage of someone who won the lottery, but this next guy might have the craziest car collection on the planet. See, Jay Leno has a museum of the rarest cars. Like the 1963 Chrysler turbine car, only 55 were ever built, and almost all were destroyed. Today, only 9 remain. Of course, Jay Leno's got one. Then there's the 1935 Delahaye 135S, an OG French car worth $1.5 million. Oh, and don't forget the 1934 Duesenberg Jaywalker S Coupe, the most expensive Duesenberg ever made. And honestly, that's straight out of the Great Gatsby's garage. He's also got a 1955 Mercedes 300 SL in original paint worth $2 million. And he even owns the first real supercar, the 1967 Lamborghini Miura. But Leno doesn't just do old school. He has a Bugatti Type 51 worth over $3 million. Yeah, Jay likes them all. But this next car might be the craziest stunt on the planet. Just look at this insane McLaren F1 worth $15 million. Some consider this the GOAT supercar. Then then comes the wild stuff, because Jay has a 1906 Stanley Steamer, a literal steam-powered car. Jay Leno's garage is historic, but even with a garage worth almost $100 million, it still can't compare to all that MrBeast has done with cars. Now, even though he might be the biggest YouTuber on the planet, his car collection is not what you'd expect from a guy worth hundreds of millions. But at first, he was trying to flex like every new millionaire. See, when MrBeast first started on YouTube, he copped one of the flashiest cars you can buy, but that $150,000 flex backfired hard.
I did have a little phase where I bought, like, do you know what an i8 is? BMW i8? Yeah, so I bought one of those. It's like $100,000.
You got robbed, right?
Yeah, I did. I'm living in this poor house, but I bought that. My car was worth more than my house. So like, I bought that car, and then someone robbed my house and then stole everything I owned. And it was like, oh.
Because the car was in front.
Yeah, because they were like, oh, this car is worth more than that house. Let's rob the house.
But Jimmy kept it real. That's when he realized cars don't even make him happy.
Plus, it allows me to be more risky. Like, if you have a $10 million mansion and 5 Lamborghinis and all this shit, then you have to like worry, like, oh shit, if things fall apart, I can't afford my lifestyle. I don't give a fuck. I live in a dorm room. My shit could fall apart tomorrow. My lifestyle doesn't change.
See, a fan gifted him a Feastables wrapped beauty, and Donald made his friends fight for it instead of keeping it.
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
No! This one, baby! Yeah! But even though he doesn't collect cars for himself, he turns them into content gold. I mean, he built himself a car out of toys.
This is so cool.
I hope they don't die. That would suck, but then I wouldn't be able to upload this video.
Yeah, you would. Then you could title it "My Employee's
Gone Wrong." You're right.
I'm not gonna lie, the Lego cart might be the best on the list. But when Donald's not playing games, he's giving away fresh vehicles like it's candy. I mean, he got his brother a Camaro that he bought with $1 bills.
They're all $1 bills.
Yes, sir.
There's another wheelbarrow with them.
We bought you a car.
Get in it and vroom vroom it.
All right. Oh, whoa.
Wow. And the stunts just get wilder. He's even surprised friends with brand new rides after destroying their old ones.
Oh! Why my car though?
Because it's worth $800 and we're gonna buy you a really nice one. This is a nice car. This is nice. I like it.
This is a bad boy.
There's not a bad bone in MrBeast's body. I mean, he even let his homies compete for Lamborghinis. And he wasn't done with the donation. See, when he hit 40 million subs, he gave away 40 cars.
All right, you were our 40 million subscriber, and because of that, take off your blindfold. We brought you 40 cars. Whoa, dude, no way.
But he really changed an entire community, because this dude opened up a car dealership that was completely free.
As mentioned, the most expensive car in the lot is $13. We are ready to start accepting customers.
Let's do it.
See that number?
That's the price. $10. $10. This is your Lexus if you give me $10. 20. Is that a tip?
Yeah.
All right. This is my kind of man right here.
Cars are nothing to this guy. I mean, instead of stunting in Lambos, he's just destroying them.
Oh my God. Oh wow. Oh, the windows. Yes. Oh my God.
The tires are collapsed.
Wow. This is crazy.
Yeah, when you got a heart of gold and $1 billion in the bank like MrBeast, cars ain't nothing but good content.